Hello and welcome, Draft League fans. Today we're doing another episode of coaching, and this time I'm with RAZZY. RAZZY is pretty active in the community. You might have seen him around in a bunch of Discord servers and stuff like that. Yeah, any brief introductions you want to give?
Yeah, I'm like, as you would say, OJ Albana's like biggest glazer. Like, I watch all of his stuff but yeah. Also, like recently, I haven't been doing the best in luck, but we'll see if I get better and like I don't get hacked every game. But yeah,
Yeah, it could happen. But yeah, let's look at this matchup. This was a recently played game, right? This was what, your third game of this season?
yeah,
Right. So let's see what happened in here. So Terra preview, right? It's Terra Water on the Bolt, Terra Grass on the Urshifu Rapid, and then probably Water on the Ogre Pond, right?
yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Right. So you see this. What's your prep looking like? Right. Let's get a brief rundown of what you actually brought.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the paste.
Sure.
Yeah, let me find it 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was booster speed, Raging Bolt.
Like booster speed,
think I
Calm
was-
Mind.
Yeah, with Taunt, so like Screamtail can like one-call me like forever, you know?
I see. Yeah. Looks pretty good here. Just what, dual stab or like T-Bolt Water.
Nah, it was dual stab, so I could hit Lando. I mean, I could hit it with water, but I don't know. Let me see what it actually was, because I'm unsure.
I'm sure there's
'Cause it
something
was, like-
benched.
Don't think I
I guess you want to hit the gouging fire really hard, but since you're Terra Water, you don't really need to necessarily.
yeah, just stab Drake, not stab Draco, but super effective is fine. Like, you always get a +2 versus like Screamtail, so like later on is fine.
Oh, is it Draco or Dragon Pulse?
Dragon Pulse, so I can't get a drop.
Okay. Right, and then this Torn set.
I think it was choice specs. A12 told me to like just go offensive here, because the matchup, if I go slow, it's like not very good.
Why is that?
Because in mocks with him, I was very like bulky, trying to. So gouging fire and like that can beat me, but like it wasn't so great because like after a swords dance and stuff, like Quill wasn't like the best for the matchup, you know.
Okay. Alright, sure, fair enough. But specs here into Rotom and Corviknight, it's a little bit tough, right? You gotta click the right button, and the right button is not always obvious. That's something that I like to go for when I have like specs or banded Pokemon. I really want to have a stab move that's just spammable every time, and Torn just doesn't really have that in this matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're going like Terra Torn, but you're not Terra Torn, you're Terra Bolt and Urshifu here. So I don't know if that's necessarily the best set into these like pretty hard counters, right?
Yeah, I send the piece, but I feel like Terra Electric would have been better because like I don't know, it's like gimmicky to have because like trail in like a couple mocks I Trailblaze, I Terra then a Trailblaze, and then I set up and I won. So, but I wasn't too sure. Like this matchup was very hard for me, and I wasn't too sure like half the time.
So let's see. So +2 Terra Trailblaze. That's 60 base power, right?
Yeah.
So it probably just kills
no,
Rotom
40.
from full, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a mechanic where if you Terra, then all moves have to be at least 60 base power unless they're priority. Right? So Trailblaze becomes 60 base power. And then 60 plus stab is 90, so it's like 180 base power on Rotom.
Yeah, we'll
super
see.
effective.
Are we watching it right now, the replay?
So does that actually KO Rotom from full? I think it doesn't, right?
Nah. There's a role with close combat we'll see later on that.
Close combat and
it's not very
Trailblaze
good.
are the same base power into Rotom.
Yeah.
After Terra, of course. Yeah, okay, so we have like set up Urshifu Rapid. And are you aiming to Terra the Rapid Strike most likely? Or the Raging
I
Bolt?
wanted to Terra the. I was about to Terra it in the matchup, but then I realized like there's no way I'm winning this. Like after Rotom killing it, we'll see.
But
But like
as you're building, you're like whichever one has a nicer opportunity early game or what?
it's more late game because like Urshi is like middle game, like semi early. If Ogapon comes in like
My question is like which one were you
and
planning
Terra's
to Terra most of the time? Just like whichever one, or did you have a plan?
Raging Bolt mostly late game. If there's no like Scream Tail anymore, I pretty much win
I mean, it kind of
most of the
beats
time.
Screamtail, right? Like this
I
set
guess
destroys Screamtail. Like, it's not even a.
we'll see. Well, let's just watch it because I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not sure how it really goes right now.
Well, the rest of the
Also, the Rock
team,
Tomb. Yeah,
we have Fizdef, Quillfish. This is for Gouging Fire, Ogrepon kind of thing, I guess.
yeah,
Then we have Aloe with Tickle. That's funny.
yeah. I know you like classic, bro.
No flip turn because we have Baton Pass. Okay.
Yeah, that's for the Ogapon because I have
Mm-hmm.
really like a hard time switching out on that if I'm flipped
All
on,
teams do, yeah. And then Ogrepon just to click buttons, it looks like.
Yeah. Also, like Rock Tomb if I really want to lower the speed, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's watch it now.
Alright. Let me bring this back over on my OBS. Okay. So we lead Specs Torn into Rotom Wash. Why did we lead Torn here? Just good into Ogrepon, but it's not really good into Ogrepon. What are you scared of that Torn is good into? Like a Lando lead, I guess, is the only thing that I can see that it would be like favorable for you.
I was assuming he would like he would lead Ogapon because like it just kills my whole team.
Is Torn
Pretty much.
your best lead into Ogrepon though?
I feel like not over Quillfish could be a decent lead here.
It could, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems pretty favorable into a lot of guys. You can potentially get up spikes. Did you bring spikes? Yeah, you did.
That would have been good.
It would have been nicer, yeah. Anyways, U-turns
Oh,
on
wow.
Rotom Wash into Hearth Flame on a Volt Switch. Pretty normal stuff. Now Screamtail comes in and wishes immediately. Okay.
And I miss.
It's all good.
I mean, Tuco will not be a Tuco, but guess chip on that would be good. But
We probably would
well.
have just protected or something like that. I don't know.
Also, this was like 11 p.m. and like I was just really tired today. But
Okay.
oh well.
So now you're locked into Power Whip. He goes Corv, punishing that.
I think I switched out. Yeah.
Doubles to Torn. Okay. And Focus
Yeah.
Blast. Okay, we're cooking.
Just to chip it like a bit. Yeah. Also, good mid ground.
Mm-hmm.
Decently.
That makes sense. Now this comes in. We go Ogrepon once more. This is Encore, so it's probably not going to be T-Wave, right? We see Wish Encore, we can assume Protect, and then probably just Dazzling Gleam, Play Rough, something like that. Something to hit the Urshifu, maybe like a... It's probably just a Dazzling Gleam if I had to guess. And now,
Gouging Fire.
They get Gouging Fire in for sure. Wish in the air. Like there, you have like a very big... You have a very, very big turn of advantage there, where you are putting a lot of pressure on that Screamtail to switch out. Like, he knows he can't 1v1 this Ogrepon, so something has to come in. Gouging Fire is, like, so obvious as a choice. Like, there's no other viable play for him that's, like, even close to
Let me
good.
see if I can find... Yeah, let me see if I can
Like
find
here?
his pace. I think this was bulky Gouging Fire. That's why
We
I
don't
was
need his
scared.
pace. We're just going off info that we have at turn 8, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
I assumed it would be bulky, so that's why I didn't Rock Tomb, like, straight away.
well, Rock Tomb doesn't do anything. There's a Wish in the air. So what do you do to take advantage of the Gouging Fire coming in here?
Don't really know, though.
It's so clearly to
I
just
guess.
make a double, right? Make a double into anything that beats Gouging Fire.
Oh, I guess aloe.
Aloe doesn't really beat it though. So like, maybe a Torn here would be nice. And now the flying resist, Rotom Wash is a little bit low, so maybe you could throw off a Hurricane, something like that. But yeah,
Fair enough.
I think just a double out here, just not allow the Gouging Fire in for free, which it is completely free here. Or if you're gonna stay in, just Swords Dance, right?
Yeah, I was Sword Stance on this set. Yeah.
If you Swords Dance here and then Rock Tomb the Gouging Fire after the, like on turn 9, that's some pretty good progress, right? But instead we just go into Aloe, which I don't think really beats the Gouging Fire 1v1, especially leftovers. He switches anyways, because he wants to block Flip Turn, which you don't have. Okay. Now he gets a free Swords Dance, and switches out. Okay. I don't know why he switched out there. You definitely could have stayed in and just Ivy Cudgeled. But okay.
I think I
Ghost
still
Lando.
live though.
Sure, but it's big chip. You take that. And then, so we go Urshifu hard on the Lando. That's a dangerous play, right? Because this turn, what can he click? He could totally
Earth
go for
Power?
an Earth Power. He could totally do it. And if he does go for Earth
Pretty
Power, you
assuming
just
me
lost
switch,
your
right?
you lost your entire Urshifu if he just Earth Powers. That's so risky for no reason.
Yeah, I keep on risking. Like, I think week 1 I risked it, and it had a really good matchup, but it died to Sinistcha, and then I kind of lost the game because of that.
Like, you see how
So I need
risky
to,
this
like,
is, though. Like, you see this here? If we switch sides, how free is it to just Earth Power here? Like, maybe Torn can
pretty
come
free.
in, but, like, here he actually predicts the Torn to come in, which is funny, and you go Urshifu. But if you just made the straightforward Earth Power play, you're absolutely cooked. So,
I
yeah,
kind of like assumed
super
you would do that
risky.
as well, but
I mean, is it really a safe play, though, to go Ogre, or to go Urshifu? Not at all, no. So, like, you got bailed out because he predicted the Torn, but he's not going to predict Torn 100% of the time. It's like, he's a human. You know, sometimes you're just going to click what's in front of you. And here, like,
yeah.
even now, Corviknight is able to take 2, so you don't even get anything out of this insanely risky play. Like, no progress, basically.
Yeah.
Gets the Torn in for another Focus Blast.
Also, wait, pause for a second.
Yeah.
I was Heat Wave, and then I did the wrong pace, so yeah, it wasn't so great.
So it's
I was
supposed to be
Heat
Heat Wave, but it wasn't in the game.
Yeah.
Unlucky, but like he was just roosting to scout the damage or scout the lock. If you go for Heat Wave, Gouging Fire is coming right in. You know,
Fair enough.
like maybe the Corviknight is a little bit lower, but that's the only difference that it makes. Now he gets to U-turn for free into Gouging Fire now, and this is
Think I rock
troubling.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. He just Dragon Claws. Okay, probably gonna see a Morning Sun here. Yep. Now Aloe comes in. Again, he's forced out, but I don't think he's actually forced out. I think he could just DD on you forever. I guess you have Tickle, right? Which is hilarious. So maybe he can't just DD forever.
Yeah. I think they're scared of that.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Rotom comes in, threatens a Pain Split. Whoa, what was that?
I don't know, man.
What are we cooking here? So Rotom Wash comes in on the Alamo as you double to Quillfish. Now what I'm thinking here is he's looking to go for a Pain Split. But he thinks the Ogerpon's gonna get sacked. Like the threat here is Pain Split, that's why you're forced out. But he thinks the Ogerpon's coming in. And there's also no ground type to punish this, so even if he gets it wrong, who cares? He's just gonna go for Volt Switch, it's so free. But you go
Fair
Urshifu
enough.
Rapid, which is insane, right? He wasn't expecting that. He was just going for Volt. But we've gifted away our entire Urshifu.
In a minute it'll do something that's really sad, but we'll keep on going.
Okay. Anyways, so we discovered Psychic Noise last on the Screamtail. And it is Protect, right? So kind of what we expected. He scouts the lock, and now a Corviknight is going to come in. How do we punish the Corviknight? Oh, he actually stays in. He's a beast. And now
And I
the
wish
Rotom's
he, and
back.
then and then I go into the Urshi, I think.
Yeah, okay.
And now this is a play
So it's back.
that's terrible.
So Urshifu's back here. But okay, he stays in on the double out. Pretty smart play, right? He knows you're locked into Sludge Wave, he knows that you see the Corviknight, and even if you do like stay in and Sludge Wave the Screamtail, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. His
So
wish
yeah,
is just so free
he
into
gets
me.
the
I
wish in
don't
the
know.
air, and it doesn't matter. So that also gives him the opportunity to go into Rotom Wash. As we go Alamomola on the Screamtail, why did we do that? Why was
Just a
Ala the switch
wish.
in?
Just a wish, because like I know that can bring in Rotom, and then I can go into Urshi, and then I can actually. I don't know what I did. I don't know why I made this play.
Baton pass into Urshifu. Sure, he's back.
Because I know like he's going to be scared.
Why was he scared
I
there?
Trailblaze.
Oh, he's scared of Terra. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he sees his Terra Grass from preview. Okay.
And then I Trailblaze, and because I saw sense, and I know he's going to U-turn out. Yeah. So far, so good. And I would have killed this, but Adamant made the roll, so I couldn't get the kill, and I die.
Yeah, that's like a pretty... I know this role pretty well. Like, you're Jolly +2, which, like, I know for a fact you need either a Terra or something to guarantee the Oko on Rotom Wash. So, head calcs say he's either not fully physically defensive or this is an insane max roll, right?
It's like the worst roll ever.
So, like, let me pull this up. Urshifu Rapid. We're not Choice Banded, we're Punching Glove.
Yeah.
Or plus two Jolly CC versus Rotom Wash. A Rotom Wash that has revealed Helmet. This isn't even max. There's actually a roll. Okay.
Not really great.
So he was at like 95. So I was underestimating Urshifu a little bit here. But like...
That's Surgeon Strikes.
So, 63% chance to 2-hit KO, it says. Alright, close combat, right. 56% chance to Oko. Okay.
That's like... not great. But if you put Adamant now, yeah, I kill it 100% probably.
What did you need Jolly for? For Gouging Fire, I guess?
I don't... Mostly... I don't know why. I just put max, like... My friend told me to... Before I figured out to do booster speed, he said just put Choice Scarf Modest on Raging Bolt, because like the Choice Scarfers and like the ones you want to outspeed, like they're not gonna be like, I don't know, you always outspeed them, or like the Choice Scarf ones, they outspeed you. So also Urshi doesn't really need to be speedy here, like, so yeah, kind of was a misplay. Could have been max HP, max attack, honestly, here, but oh well.
Okay, but anyways, the roll 56% slightly in your favor, but call it a coin flip. You're not going to be far off. So we lose the coin flip on the roll here, lose our Urshifu Rapid, but now the Rotom's at 1, which is good for Torn, at least. Now it just Bleak Wind, I guess. Now Corviknight is going to come in as another Wish comes out. Like, this is an unpunishable play from him.
Yeah.
Like, if you stay in, he's just going to protect the next turn. And if you switch, he's threatening to get the Wish into Rotom Wash, which is like, oh, you don't even attack. That felt like a forced attack there with like Alluring Voice or something, just to make sure the Rotom doesn't come in.
Yeah, this whole game in general, like...
Yeah, you can't really break
I just did no
Screamtail
progress, no breaking at all, bro. It was so sad.
I mean, there were some opportunities, right? With the Ogerpon, you could have Swords Dance on the switch to Gouging Fire. You're going to live 1 from him, and then 2-hit KO him, and then you have a +2 Hearth Flame against the rest of his team, which is like pretty much all slower, unless it's like something Scarf, but I don't think there's a Scarf around here. Doesn't look like it.
There's not.
No, there isn't. Like, that would have been insane, right? You win the speed tie versus Ogerpon, low-key, you might just win the game off of that. Maybe not win, right? Helmet plus Dragon Claw,
Yeah,
maybe it'll do enough.
break a decent amount and then what?
But certainly
Raging
you
Bolt
could
to
do
win.
something with that. But yeah. Right now is... Hold on, when did this Rotom get healthy again?
A pain split.
Okay, so Rotom Wash comes in on the Alomola Wish, and now a Pain Split, yeah. Was this the
Bro,
turn to sack the Ogerpon to rocks? I think it was, right? Because Pain Split
yeah.
is such a threat here, you don't want this Rotom Wash recovering. But instead, we let it recover for free. And then sack the Ogerpon anyways. Like, what was the point of Baton
Wasn't
Pass
too
there?
great.
Not only that, we lost our Wish. I guess everything's at pretty much full anyways, except for the Aloe. But like, what was the point of that? We just allowed this
Don't really
Rotom to
know.
get free recovery. Like, actually free recovery.
Yeah, and this is a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Not really
And now
great.
we're just cooked. We have to hope that Raging
Yeah,
Bolt just completely reverse sweeps, which it might. We get the wrong prediction. I get it, you have to try something. This is already a cooked position. Alright, now
and
Terra Calm
then
Mind, yeah. Now you taunt
on a
this.
taunt.
Okay, we
Yeah,
get +2 after this.
I did that a lot of mocks and that actually worked. But and now he trailblazes twice and wins.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. I mean, any grass move on Ogerpon would have won the game.
Bro, this game was very embarrassing and like it's like sad to watch, bro.
Yeah, honestly, like, he had a good defensive matchup into you. Like, even Urshifu, right? Bizdef Corviknight, Rocky Helmet Rotom. Like, he's kind of covered, you know? And then Raging Bolt, like, almost did something. Maybe if you were, like, a different Terra on that, not something weak to Ogerpon, it could have done something here. But, you
Yeah, I
know,
regretted that.
it's all good. Like, there were options here to make progress. Specifically, what I'm talking about is here. Like, this was a Sword Stance turn if I ever saw one. But instead we just allow the Gouging Fire in for free, and now he has momentum in his court.
Because I was thinking, like, I don't know. I just wanted to show the tech. It was funny.
Okay.
Because basically, that not very good reason why I did that. Kind of just did that as, like, a decently safe play. Not really, but I don't know.
Like, there's no downside to Sword Stancing, right? Worst case, you get Encored, and then who cares, right? You're giving a free turn to Screamtail on, like, turn 6. Like, it's not going to be a big deal for you to recover from that, but it is going to be a big deal for him to recover from a Sword Stance turn from the Ogerpon. You see, like, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Just something like that, recognizing those kinds of plays will go a long way. Anyways, that's enough for this game. Let's go ahead and look
Yeah.
at this matchup that you brought.
Zarude, wait. Zarude and Blood Moon. Literally just like. Not actually, Zarude isn't even that bad into me. Zarude and. Not Zarude, Ursaluna and Sneasel literally just wreck my whole team, bro.
Okay, so what I want to do is figure out what 6 we want to bring first, because this is how I build my own teams pretty consistently. We're going to want to bring Raging Bolt for sure, right?
Terra Poison, right?
We don't
It's
know.
decent.
I don't know yet. We're going to bring the Torn T, right? It's good into the Zarude, kind of, if it's like not Spadef bulk up. But we can do some text for Zarude. It's good into Sneasler, which is good. We like being faster than that. Then in general, his flying resists are not amazing. There's like Ampharos, but then if you're being forced to bring Ampharos, then that's already kind of a win. Alright, Urshifu Rapid. Are we bringing Urshifu Rapid here? Right, the main stops to it are what? Blastoise, Primarina. Both covered by Thunder Punch, so I'm really okay bringing the Urshifu here.
I'm thinking of bringing Scarf, but I'm not sure. I don't want to make the same mistake by accident again.
Alright, are we bringing the Excadrill here? What does Excadrill do for us? There's no great ground resist, right? It's just
You
Zarude,
could
which is
do,
gonna
yeah.
Terra. Maybe out of
I
the
could,
ground resist.
yeah. Could do sand and drill here. Doesn't even seem too bad.
Or we just go Scarf Drill, right? It seems like the best
Yeah,
Scarfer available. It might be slower than the Deoxys, but a lot of people don't run max speed on Deoxys. He could choose to creep your Scarf Drill, but he might just see sand and think there's no point. It's pretty reasonable for him. He
yeah,
might also just creep Scarf or Shifu. That's also something he could do and would be a little bit more reasonable. So I'm going to say we're going to bring Excadrill. I don't know if it's going to be faster than Deoxys, but it should be faster than everything else if we bring a Scarf set. Now, are we going to bring
yeah.
the Hatterene?
It's a decent special sponge, but like Sneasler's just there. I guess like if I make a prediction of it coming in, like I could kill it or something.
So
But
Hatterene, like you do get Healing Wish as an option, but you could get that
yeah,
from Alamomola either way if you don't want to bring Hatterene. It is kind of like jungle healing bait on the Zarude. Like there's nothing you can do to really threaten Zarude in the 1v1 outside of Nuzzle, which obviously it could just be jungle healed off. Will he bring jungle healing over
yeah,
Synthesis? Maybe.
not
You do have
really.
the sand threat. Even if you don't bring it, it is there in the builder. And
Fair
I
enough.
think he probably could bring jungle healing here. Because you want to guard against Alamomola Scalds, stuff like that. And I don't think you really need the big 50% recovery versus a lot of these guys. If you're just like specially defensive, I think 25 is perfectly fine for him per turn. And then like healing status.
Yeah,
So I probably don't want to bring the Hatterene. It's also kind of free Iron Crown a lot of times, and you don't really want to be bringing in your Raging Bolt too much early game to sponge those hits.
yeah.
So maybe not Hatterene. Do we bring the Ogerpon? That's a good question.
It's decent again here.
It's
Like
really
hits
good
everything.
offensively, but that's going to be every game with Ogerpon Hearthflame. It's just a good offensive mon. So maybe
But the
if we
thing
can
is,
fit it,
yeah,
maybe.
it's
I'll
a bit slow here,
I'll put it
ish.
here. It's not even slow. It's faster than all but two Pokemon. And then the last Pokemon, are we
Maybe.
going to bring Alomomola? I think Aloe is pretty dangerous into a Zarude team. Giving that thing repeated switch-ins for free is not fun. As well as, like, yeah, you're going to allow in stuff like Specs Primarina potentially.
Yeah.
Do you wall anything, like, necessarily? You kind of wall Sneasler, I guess. But is it your best option to Sneasler? Probably not.
Nah, it doesn't like to be poisoned at all by the Ichor, bro.
No, not at all. I mean, nothing does, but maybe Aloe in particular does not. Right, so what's going to be our sixth Pokemon here? Is it going to be Quillfish? Could be
Probably like
reasonable.
Fizz. Yeah.
Does Kamala do anything here? I don't think so.
Yeah. Also, I need to make changes in my team in general. Like, so far, it's just been like so disappointing.
The
Like,
power level does seem a little bit low.
yeah,
Right, I'm going to go ahead and put in Quillfish Hisui. We might change that slot if we're not happy with the team overall. But okay, within this context of 6 Pokemon, what roles do we need to fill out here? I think Scarf Drill makes a lot of sense with Mold Breaker. Just Earthquake hits everything.
yeah,
There's like no resist to it, so why not? We can run X Scissor to cover the Zarude coming in the first time, right? Because a lot of times he's not going to have a different play. He's kind of going to have to go to Zarude. And if it's not Terra, you can potentially make that play and just win the game on the spot, right? So giving you
yeah,
that option is nice to have. Especially because like you're just going to click Earthquake most of the time, so may as well have X Scissor. You don't really need the other move slots so much. And
yeah.
then there's no other really rocker, so maybe Scarf Rocks. Just throw it on there. Like, really? Earthquake is the only thing I'm worried about. And then what are the Terras that resist Earthquake, right? Flying, you have Grass, but Grass is hit by X Scissor, so we don't need to cover that necessarily. Like, what Terras could Zarude be that ruins your Earthquake day? I don't
Like
think
something decent against me is Fairy.
Fairy's not going to be resisting Earthquake, though, so we're not worried about that very much. Maybe you could throw Iron Head on there just in case. But what's something that would really ruin your day with Earthquake? Because that's the main button we want to click.
Yeah.
Probably just Terra Grass, which seems like somewhat reasonable into you outside of Torn and like Ogerpon. But like maybe that's a lot to ask for. So maybe the Zarude is going to be like a more neutral Terra into those guys. I think Electric makes a lot of sense for him, which is nice, right? Earthquake opens up quite a bit. But Electric looks good into Torn, into Bolt, into the Urshifu. It's like neutral into Hearthflame, immune to Nuzzle. So if you go Electric, you can really go Synthesis. So I think that's definitely a play for him. It also gives you good coverage into Alomomola. I guess you don't really need that, right? You're Grass type. But still, you can run Terra Blast plus Knockoff, and it's really free here. I do kind of like that kind of Zarude into you, which is why I think Earthquake is definitely a must bring here. Maybe I'll throw Iron Head on there just in case it's Fairy Zarude, and we can just cover that with a super effective Scarfer. And then that's going to be fine. I think, do we need Max? Because like, I do want to outspeed Deoxys if we can, but it's either going to be faster than Urshifu Scarf, or it's just going to be faster than Torn and call it a day, right? He can choose to maybe go for booster bolts, but I don't think that's necessarily a big problem for him. So if I'm guessing, it's either going to be faster than Torn, or it's going to be faster than Scarf Urshifu. And we can't really cover for faster than Scarf Urshifu, so we may as well just cover for our own Torn. Right, so Torn hits 375, right? With Max, yeah, 375. So if we wanted to have our Excadrill with Scarf, so let's give it +1 speed. What speed do we need to like comfortably pass that? I want to leave a little bit of room, like we could go this and then like, but the Deoxys is going to be around there. So let's throw a little bit more on there. Let's hit 257 seems fine. Like quite a bit faster than the Torn. And so yeah, we're going to hit 257. We can go Adamant for sure. And then 257 is going to be about this investment. And then do we want defense or Spadef investment? Probably just going to be Spadef, right? The most likely switch in we're going to be doing is Iron Crown, maybe a Deoxys, not Photon Geyser, Psycho Boost, strong psychic move, you know what I mean? Maybe pivoting into a normal move from Ursa Luna, I guess, but probably not. Yeah, we're not going to be taking physical hits very much with this, so Spadef makes sense. Also, because Excadrill has high HP and low defenses, this is quite a bit more efficient than going like this. So Excadrill is one of the exceptions where you really want to go for like one of the defenses as your investment rather than just HP. So we have our Scarfer. What else do we need? We need something to build around. Like, what's our win condition here? What are we trying to win with?
Let me see.
Maybe we want to just win with Scarf Drill. That's one option, but we need something else. Like, that's not going to be the most reliable option. So if the opportunity arises, we can go for that. But what else can we go for?
Probably Raging Bull, because like nothing really switches in besides like the Blood Moon, but like,
well, nothing switches in, sure, but is that a win condition or like more of a breaker roll?
Could be a breaker roll, maybe.
I think that's probably the best use. The best use of Raging Bull is probably going to be breaking his team. Like, the only Dragon Resist gets smacked by Thunderbolt, which is nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to run Specs or Booster or something like that, but definitely like Draco, T-Bolt, probably Thunderclap, right? May as well have it.
Yeah.
Then the last move...
You might go Terra Ground. Actually, never mind.
Terra Ground is like a little bit dangerous into stuff like the Ogerpon and the Urshifu, so probably not, right?
Yeah.
You mean like for his Zarude, right? Or do you mean like Terra Ground on the Raging Bolt itself?
On the Zarude.
That's what I thought, yeah.
But never mind.
So this Raging Bolt, do we potentially want to just run Terra Electric on it? Because the ground type is slower than us and does not have good Spadef. So we can really take advantage of that fact, I think. Just like really boost up our Thunderbolt, our Thunderclap. And then like if we don't need the Terra, then we don't have to. We can save it for our Shifu. So maybe just stick with Terra Electric, right? Because most likely the
Yeah,
Zarude is going to Terra into a neutral electric typing, like neutral to electric, or it's going to be electric itself. In which case, you know, if you run Booster, you're kind of walling that coverage, right? Knockoff and Terra Blast on his end. You have no item, so you're going to take not a lot of
yeah.
damage from that. So maybe I'm leaning towards, not that, Booster.
Booster, yeah.
Booster special attack, and then maybe Calm Mind. And with Calm Mind, do we go for Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor? I think Draco Meteor is still fine. You don't just want that nuke into the Ursa Luna, right? And then outside of that, you're
Yeah.
pretty free to just click Thunderbolt. Like, you don't even need to predict the resists. You can just switch up in Draco the next turn. It does not matter. Or it's Ampharos and you
Yeah.
put Calm Mind on it. Like, it's so free. So, do we need any speed on this guy? That's a question.
Maybe just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I want to outspeed stuff
Cool.
like Defensive Blastoise and make sure I'm faster than Ursa Luna, because that's a really big deal if he's faster than you.
I mean, it's 52. Like,
Yeah, but he could also like think, okay, I'm just gonna creep the Alomomola because that's a big deal for him to outspeed, and then at that point you may as well creep like a slower Bolt. It's not that much more investment. So
maybe.
Ursa Luna Blood Moon. Let's say it's Modest Max hits 203. We might just want to creep 203. So 204 seems pretty reasonable, right? And maybe if he's thinking, oh, he's gonna creep my Modest Ursa Luna, he might creep that. So we'll go a little bit extra. We'll call it like that. And then the rest in HP is fine.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find like a defensive EV spread that lives a certain hit, but I think just dumping it in HP is totally fine for now. That'll be up for you to decide after the session if you want to change that.
Yeah.
Right, Torn. We definitely want this to be a Sneasler answer. We want it to kind of like take Zarude hits as well if we can, if it's not Terra Electric. So what's a kind of set that beats those, like, kind of? There's nothing that's like 100% gonna beat both of them, but what's an option for us?
I've done calcs, like, it just doesn't live at, like, Sneezer at all, bro. Like,
Well, if it's
even
SD
like
with an Unburden boost, no, it's gonna die.
and like Zarude, Terra Electric, but I don't know.
See, Sneasler +2 could be Dire Claw or Gunk Shot, so we'll throw both of those on there. And then, okay, Torn T. If we're just max HP and a little bit of defense, he could be Adamant. Could he? It's like, he could if he wanted to be. So maybe +2 we're not living, you know? Especially a Gunk Shot.
Yeah, you're not winning, like, living much.
That's kind of blocked by my my thing here. Let me move it to there. Okay, so now the viewers can see the calcs. But yeah, that's a little bit too much damage for me to be comfortable with. But what's our other option into Sneasler?
Quillfish, I guess.
Yeah, so Quillfish.
Could do like Haze, Taunt.
It's like Intimidate, Max Defense, Impish. So after Intimidate, it'll be like +1 after a Sword Stance, and you could take that hit. 51 to 61, you can take it, and then if you just come in raw on the Intimidate, that's bouncing off. So
Yeah.
that's probably going to be our best bet into the Sneasler. Just go something like this. And then, do we have like a Psychic move to really punish it?
No.
No, not really, right? You kind of wall us back. There's like Mud Shot, that's your best option, right? Which is a little bit poverty.
Could do Liquidation, just because like it'll be minus defense as well. It's like a decent neutral hit.
You could do. What other options are there? My scroll wheel is not being very fun right now. But yeah. If it is terrain, it's going to be a Spadef boost from the psychic terrain.
I was thinking Hydro, but like I'm missing like, what if it doesn't even take Tuco? Like, what's the point?
I mean, if you're going for a special move, it's just going to be Mud Shot, right? Nothing's really going to outvalue that. It's a speed drop. So even after the Unburden, you're going to be able to revenge it with other stuff, like your Scarf Drill. So maybe we throw Mud Shot on there.
Could do, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little
Also,
bit hard.
also my game's tomorrow, so
Yeah.
it's not really. Also, yeah,
So I'm going to put Spikes
I was
first
busy
off.
this week, so yeah.
All good. So we're going to put Spikes because the whole team is grounded. Same reason why we like Scarf Excadrill. Exact same reasons we're going to put Spikes on here. It just kind of hits everything pretty well. Do we want to bring T-Spikes? Probably not. The Sneasler should be able to remove them pretty reliably, so...
Yeah.
I'm going to put Mud Shot, maybe even a Self-Destruct, as like a Sneasler emergency button, right? Then
Could do
outside of that,
Haze, maybe.
you could do Haze, but that doesn't really get you anything out of the turn, necessarily. He can just Swords Dance again, right?
Yeah.
So Mud Shot, Self-Destruct, and then what's a general move that's good versus the rest of these guys? Maybe like just a Crunch, maybe a Barbarage. Maybe you don't need both of these,
Yeah.
just one or the other should suffice. I'm gonna go for
Wait, do
Mud
a
Shot
calc.
first.
Wait, do a calc of both of them to see.
Sure. So, not Explosion, but Self-Destruct. And then Mud Shot. Like, Mud Shot is not doing a whole lot of damage to him, but it is lowering the speed, which allows you to revenge it, and once it's used as Unburden, it's not going to get it back. You know, so this is kind of just like allowing you to revenge it, but Self-Destruct does do a lot of damage. This is max attack, so not quite. Like, I don't think this quite does enough. Maybe it puts it in Thunderclap range, but it could be Psychic Terrain. You can't click that in Psychic Terrain. So, I mean, you don't really have a whole lot for the Sneasler in the first place. So, maybe...
It's not a very good matchup for it, though.
Maybe instead, we do go for the Alamola as, like, more of a reliable answer, because I know this thing does get Psychic. That could be a little bit more reliable.
That's way better. Also, Wish is, like, fairly free.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to just go flip turn Psychic, Wish, and then probably Protect. Something like this. You do have to be a little bit careful with this Pokemon, giving free turns to stuff like Zarude to heal up, to Primarina to click Moonblast. Like, you don't have long-term switch-ins to these guys, but if you're able to just spam flip turn for most of the game, it should be okay. Like, throwing up wishes should not be a priority on this Pokemon. You pretty much always want to click flip turn, if you can.
Yeah.
Alright, Rocky Helmet should get us passive chip on the Sneasler, stuff like that. So probably good. You could also go for like a Covert Cloak if you wanted to, but I mean, I'd rather just be Rocky Helmet. If you get slept by Dire Claw, then like, what are you gonna do, man?
Could be Terra Steel Urshi, but that's dice to. Could be Terra Ghost as well.
You could be Terra Ghost, that would cover it. That would weaken you to the Zarude though, which is a little bit tricky. That's like the combination of Zarude and Sneasler being annoying. Yeah. So we have a few sets here. That's like half the team done. Ogerpon should be pretty simple, right? We just want a grass move, a fire move, and then we're pretty much there. Power Whip, Ivy. And then what else do you need? Encore? Probably going to be good for like a bulk up Zarude.
Yeah.
And then what do we want? Swords Dance? Do we want Synthesis? Do we want to go for like a more bulky set?
Maybe more bulky-ish, but like bulky offensive, you know?
Yeah, like the Ogerpon is here to do damage, for sure. Do we value the recovery from like Synthesis, or would we rather have Swords Dance? That's like the question I'm asking. Or you could also ask, do you want Trailblaze? That's also a reasonable option.
Yeah.
And if it's Trailblaze, we probably go for SD over the Encore.
Yeah.
Because what does he really have for a +2/+1 Ogerpon? If we're like a bulkier spread, it's honestly not that crazy. to get both of those off. Because you can kind of sword stance in front of the Blastoise or the Primarina as you're forcing them out, potentially. And then after that, it's just finding a way to Trailblaze. So I kind of like just low attack investment, sword stance, Trailblaze. I think that could be our win condition.
Probably.
Like a very bulky spread. We probably want to go faster than the Zarude, just in case. This will also outspeed Deoxys after a Trailblaze guaranteed. But we can't really afford a whole lot of attack on this thing, so how much do we actually need? That's what I want to figure out. Pokemon Hearthflame. So 0 and +2. So Primarina, let's see. Let's call it max HP Primarina. It might be max defense for the Urshifu. So maybe we'll calc that. So like even then, like a neutral Power Whip is still threatening a KO on this thing after rocks. So, or after a spike, same thing. So I don't think we need investment for that necessarily. Maybe like a +2 Trailblaze would be something you'd want, but it'll probably be chipped by the time we go for this anyways. Let's see. Ursaluna Blood Moon, if it's like max HP. We want to KO this at neutral. We can't, because it's just fat. So keep in mind, you can't just one-shot this thing. Even max, right? It's a roll.
Yeah.
So either chip it or confirm it to be like some speed investment, whatever.
We check with +2.
I mean, +2 is annihilating it. Right. Alright, what else do we need to check the calcs versus Zarude? A Zarude, max HP at +2, you're just going to be able to Ivy Cudgel that for free. Don't really need investment so far. So, yeah, I'm not really too worried about attack investment.
Yeah, max HP, max speed, no Zarude, you know? Like, the exact...
Maybe you want, like,
the exact
this calc,
set, yeah.
Maybe this calc, right? A bulk up as USD. Maybe you want to KO it from here. Which is like 76. I could live with 76.
Yeah, that's decent.
And then you have 220 HP. Let's make it an odd number. And then throw the 4 in, whatever. But this seems like pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
And then how are we going to support this? How are we setting up? We can kind of set up in front of the Zarude, potentially. Right? If both are in, you Sword Stance. If they bulk up, you just kill them. Right? And if they attack you, you just Trailblaze. Like, I don't think Zarude can 2-hit KO you unless it's like offensive or like Terra Dark knockoff, something like that. Or like Terra Flying, but whatever. It's not going to be Terra Flying. You get the point, right? With 216 and then 4 there. Like Zarude knockoff, oh, even max attack does not 2-hit KO you. You can Sword Stance, you can Trailblaze, and then you're going to be in E-speed range. So maybe you just attack at that point, get your KO and move on. Yeah, definitely there's potential here. Maybe not to sweep, but certainly to like Sword Stance, get a few kills. Maybe you can wish it back up later. Like, you can get multiple uses out of this for sure. Alright, I do kind of like that. Maybe you don't need the Trailblaze, to be honest. Because what are you even Trailblazing for? Just the Deoxys? But I guess you don't really switch into Deoxys very well, so being faster than that is useful. Yeah, Deoxys is kind of why we wanted the Quillfish, huh?
Yeah.
But just Quillfish is not really enough for Sneasler, I think. So Alamola feels kind of forced for that guy. But Al's also bad in everything else, so maybe we drop the Torn. Is that crazy?
Yeah, I'm not seeing, like, not really. Like, it's kind of too frail for anything on this team. Like, not, it's strong, but like, it's not got the moves to kill everyone.
What I was looking at here is like a bulky nasty plot set, but I don't think that's even very good.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't go for Torn, and instead we have the Quillfish. That allows us to more reliably handle the deoxys, and maybe we don't need the Trailblaze anymore. We can go for something like Synthesis SD. And then all of a sudden,
Oh,
this is
okay.
really hard for
Now
him
we're
to check.
talking, bro.
Yeah, I think I like this a lot better. And then we get our spikes back. We get spikes. And then we can go for Bar Barrage. We can go for Crunch for the Iron Crown. Stuff like that. Like, now we're not even, like, locked into multiple techs for the Sneasler or anything like that, because we have the Aloe. I kind of like this approach. Then our last move, probably just gonna be Pain Split, right? Something to keep us healthy. Or you could be Haze, you could be... What else could it be? Maybe Toxic? Maybe just Mudshot for the Sneasler, maybe Self-Destruct? Any of these are fine.
Could help, like, versus if I have like no checks left and like I can live a CC and explode, maybe that could give me some end.
Yeah, also you could like Explode versus Blastoise to keep your hazards up, potentially. Because you don't really have a spin blocker. But maybe you have max layers up and you want to keep them up. That could be a worthwhile trade. Just as an option. You could also run Swords Dance here. Just start threatening the Pokemons.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You're probably just going to get revenged pretty comfortably either way by like stuff like Ursaluna. Like, even with Swords Dance, +2 Crunch is probably doing like 30%. Like, it's not enough. Maybe
Not
Destiny
great.
Bond could be useful. Like, Primarina comes in front of you. Maybe you want the Primarina dead for your Urshifu. And you just Destiny Bond that guy.
Do.
There's a lot of options for
Rocky
this fourth
Helmet,
move. I'm gonna leave that up to you. You can figure that out. I don't think it makes a huge difference, but at the very least have something like this. And then last move, there's a bunch of options. Just pick one that you like. It's not going to be too impactful. Alright, we have 5 Mons here. I think the team's starting to shape up. Now we just have the Urshifu. What is Urshifu going to do here?
Could just be like Terra Ghost, like Breaker.
What's another Terra we could be? Because I think Terra Electric also looks good on this guy, but then we're like double Terra Electric. So maybe that's not exactly what we want. But
Maybe
Terra Electric, you see how it like demolishes Primarina, Blastoise, stuff like that? Like, those are the water resists outside of Zarude.
Could do.
Something else you could do is just Terra Fighting CC, right? The only fighting immunity is Misdreavus, which is probably not going to come.
Yeah.
So maybe if you wanted to be Scarf, then Terra Fighting, but we already have a Scarfer, and I think this Scarfer is really good. It's just maybe we want double Scarf, but at that point, what's the point?
Yeah.
You're already faster than most of these guys. Maybe you want a Terra that's good into the Crown, right? That's the most obvious revenge killer for you. Maybe the Crown and the Deoxys, something to resist Psychic, for a chance.
Could be either Dark, but that's just like revenge by Focus Blast, right?
Well, all of the psychic resists are pretty much weak to fighting, so that might be something you just have to deal with. Or we just go for the Electric again. Just cover those water types.
Yeah.
Or what else could you do? What other options do we have? We could do Ghost if we want another Sneasler check, but I think we're going to be fine with these two guys.
Yeah.
Especially with Thunderclap and stuff like that in the back if we need it. So, what Terra do we need? Probably not Ghost, but I could see Steel. Right, there's not a whole lot that can like deal with you without making a prediction. I could see Electric still. I think Electric is probably going to be the best bet.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit silly going double Electric, but people do that all the time. You see double Terra Fairy a lot. Your Electric just looks good. Like, it's as simple as that. Then you can go Surging.
Seems fairly good.
Do you want CC or Drain Punch? I think the power from CC is useful into the Blastoise. I guess you have
Yeah.
Thunder Punch anyways, so we don't even care about that. So it'd be mostly just for what? For the Zarude Terra Dark kind of thing? If he just wants to go Terra Dark, that's totally reasonable into you. So maybe you want just the stronger attack into
Yeah.
that. Punching Glove seems like mandatory on Urshifu Rapid most of the time. I'm just going to throw that on
Yeah.
there.
Pretty much.
Now the question is, do we want Swords Dance, or do we want Aqua Jet, or do we want something else?
Because Aqua Jet could be good for like, revenging Sneasler maybe.
Yeah.
Like if it's really low and have no checks maybe.
I mean, that's going to be such a rare occurrence though, right?
But I've already got like a ton of setup on my team though.
Like, you have this here, you are probably going to be fine into the Sneasler.
Yeah.
And even if not, Quillfish should be able to intimidate it. Maybe that last move is like Mudshot or Self-Destruct for that reason.
I'll put self-destruct.
Yeah, alright, let's do Self-Destruct then.
Could do cuss stab maybe.
Cussed up on what? Urshifu? No.
Quillfish.
E-Violite, you're not going to beat the
Oh
value
wait,
of
never
E-Violite.
mind.
Yeah, this isn't
I
Overquill.
forgot.
Yeah. Okay, but last move. I don't think we really need Jet for a whole lot. So maybe it is just going to be Swords Dance here.
Yeah. Could be.
What do you even
up.
Swords Dance for? Like, he has
Not
revenge
much,
killers
but-
for you. Like, Deoxys is always going to revenge kill with Psycho Boost. And then,
Does he
like,
get a dog move?
I don't think so. But, like, even then, Surging Strikes is going to be more than enough into Deoxys most of the time. Maybe let's see. Deoxys. Speed. Then call it Urshifu Rapid. Not Choice Band. But Punching Glove. Surging Strikes is already KOing it, right? From full.
Yeah.
So we're not really worried about that switching in necessarily. But maybe if it comes in on like a Terra Electric Thunder Punch. Maybe after that damage, we want to go for an Aqua Jet follow-up. Yeah, like that kills.
Maybe.
Maybe you want Aqua Jet, because I don't see a whole need for SD. You already break everything anyways. Even at neutral.
Feel like it's just good, like to pick off mons in general.
Yeah, exactly.
On the switching. Yeah.
I think Adamant makes a lot of sense here.
Could just be max HP.
Yeah, do we need
Like-
speed here? Maybe we just hit the same speed as the Raging Bolt, which we do naturally, actually, by quite a bit. Do we need speed at all? Maybe for like a bulky Iron Crown, just in case. Doesn't hurt to throw 44 or something in there.
Could do.
That also will creep like a Modest Prim. But is that Timid Prim? I think that's Timid Prim. Yeah, even Timid Prim, you're going to outspeed with this. 241.
Feel Prim here is either going to be like Rocky Helmet or Blastoise. Either one
No,
of
we
them.
don't care about that. We have Terra Electric Punching
Yeah.
Glove. We're annihilating both
It's
of them.
gonna be max defense. And like
Even if it
probably
is,
just go
it's not
max,
switching
max.
in to anything. Like, even max
so
bold,
yeah.
like CC plus Thunder Punch is killing. Surging Strikes plus Thunder Punch is killing. Like, on the vast majority of levels. Even with no
Damn.
hazard. Like, this is a strong Pokemon. Then our 212 remaining, we can throw it in HP. Are we going to be taking mostly physical or special moves, though?
Special, right?
Yeah, like, I'm looking at the Iron Crown as the most likely things that want to revenge us. Iron Crown and the Deoxys. The other Pokemon, like, naturally don't do a lot of damage to us. So I'm thinking we just go something like this. Because with such a low Spadef stat, you really get so much value out of just investing in Spadef with Urshifu Rapid. So I
Yeah.
like something like this. Maybe you could play around, like, do a little bit of this. Just find some calc that you like. Maybe we can do that real quick. Like, Sneasler. Need level 100, thank you, VGC. But say it's like +1, for example. Because it KO'd the... Like, we switched into Quillfish, we intimed, and then we self-destructed. It's low HP now.
Yeah.
I mean, self-destruct plus Aqua Jet is going to do the job. But let's just say terrain's up for whatever reason. Worst case scenario, we want to live a +1 Sneasler. This is also like Choice Banded Sneasler, same calc. So it's like a useful thing to live. Maybe we look at something like that, and we're like, okay, I want to live this from full. That's 164. So that would be something like this. That's also a reasonable spread. We could do either one. This is probably fine, you know? A little bit of mixed bulk never hurt anyone, and then if Deoxys speed comes with a Psycho Boost, okay, we would probably not live that, right? 48.
Yeah, no way.
So maybe we do just go for the Spadef. Because
Because
212
I've
will
already got
surely
enough
live.
checks, right?
Yeah, like, we live this for sure. So maybe we just live Psycho Boost from full, and then throw the rest into HP. Like, that's going to be looking like this. 48 and 164. Oh, it's actually just flipped here. Like, this lives a Psycho Boost. Actually, we can go a little bit bulkier, huh?
Maybe.
Like, something like this. Okay. Here, this is the spread I want. 112 HP, 100 Spadef. This gives you a really good roll into the Sneasler if that ever does happen. But it also makes you live Psycho Boost. This is speed boosting nature, actually, so Modest would be more likely, unless he's creeping Scarf or Shifu. So maybe then we need Max Spadef. Oh yeah, we need a lot of bulk to live that 240, which is more than we have. So is it worth living that, sacrificing some attack? Because this is still strong, right? We're not losing out too much on rolls. I think this is probably reasonable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like Iron Crown is no longer even threatening you at all, like with how bulky you are. This is probably fine. Just take note, you're not going to live Choice Banded Sneasler. Not necessarily.
Yeah, no way. Also, they probably want to...
Maybe if it's Jolly,
SD
right?
booster. Not booster.
Yeah, if it's Jolly,
anyway.
we can EV for Jolly here. So Jolly Sneasler. Let's EV for that. Because like that's so close, we may as well. 24. And then that puts us to live Deoxys. Modest Life Orb.
Tuco.
224. So then, like that. I think that's totally fine. This also still keeps you at that jumping point, right? With the nature. 216, you see you get 2 points for that last EV.
Yeah.
So I think something like this is totally reasonable, and that's our whole team.
Thanks, bro.
Alright, what's the game plan here? We want to like find opportunities to get our Raging Bolt in and just click Thunderbolt if we can. Urshifu's probably going to be the main Terra guy in this, just because it gets a whole lot out of being electric type, whereas Raging Bolt, the natural typing, is already good in this matchup. Maybe if you need that power boost with electric, right? I don't think you're going to need it. Like, it still hits really hard no matter what with booster, calm mind, stuff like that. But if you do need it, feel free to. But probably planning on tearing the Urshifu most of the time.
Yeah.
And then we're playing towards a Scarf Drill endgame, potentially. That's probably like the main thing we're working towards in this. Just chip everything in range of EQ, or just like pick off enough Pokemon with the combination of these two, or these three really, plus like Wish support. Like most of the time you're going to be flip turning just for momentum, but if you see an opportunity to get a free Wish, then really heal up one of these guys, it's probably worth it, right? Ogerpon should be able to be bulky and 1v1 a majority of his roster, right? Really hard for him to deal with this Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then like this little defensive duo is actually pretty hard for him to break. So I think in the meantime of him breaking these, you're going to have plenty of opportunities to like pick up KOs with these guys. It should be perfectly fine. You have
Yeah, you know
any
what's
questions real quick?
the biggest thing that I'm scared of is like a blood moon lead, and then they just click. Yeah, and they click the move, and then I lose them on.
So if we're scared about Blood Moon lead, just lead Urshifu, right? Just Surging Strike it. He doesn't switch into Surging Strikes, and like, what's he supposed to lead that's good into Urshifu? He's yeah, it kind of like 1v1s the whole roster. Like, you can choose to trade 1v1 in front of whatever you want, and if you have a switch in for that thing, you don't necessarily need to trade your Urshifu for it, but you have that option, right? Because Blood Moon is not going to KO you from full with this bulk, I don't think, right?
Yeah,
Ursaluna, Blood Moon. We actually live a Blood Moon from Max Modest. And Surging Strike KOs if he's like faster. If he's bulkier, it's like a roll. But that's a roll that's like super in your favor, you see? Like, even if
yeah,
it looks like 92 to 108, Surging Strike, actually we're not max attack. We're down here. Even then, 75% chance to OHKO. Surging Strike rolls work a lot differently, and multi-hit moves in general, they work a lot differently than other stuff. So like, we take
yeah.
that 75% chance, right? And even if you do get the attack off with Blood Moon, we can always just look for a wish back up.
Could do.
Maybe that's a worthwhile trade for you. Maybe it's not. But like, considering we don't
Could,
really switch
yeah,
into it very well, I would be fine taking that trade of just Surging Striking versus Ursaluna. Because chances are
yeah,
you're just killing it. And if you don't, you can still take a hit. Right? So it's
yeah.
perfectly fine.
You can kill it and then just like Aqua Jet or like
Yeah,
spike damage.
you're not even scared of the vacuum wave follow up because you have Jet.
Yeah,
Maybe, just maybe, you could put like Healing Wish as the last move on here and
yeah. I
forego
was thinking
Protect.
that.
Because what are you really protecting versus? Probably not a lot. Like versus Sneasel, you're either flip turning out because you're forcing him out, or you're going for a Psychic to KO it if you think it's staying in. This is also cool because like in Psychic terrain, this gets boosted, which is so funny. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think we could
it
go for
seems
Wish
nice.
Healing Wish, right? Bring back our Shifu, our Bolt. Seems really impactful here. Because nothing really trades favorably versus them. So I think having that option is good. Yeah. And then you don't have to necessarily worry about wishing into it. Like, get Aloe to do its job, and then once, like, the things that Aloe checks are dead, like the Sneasler, you can just, like, sacrifice it, bring back your Urshifu for round 2. Right? Maybe not go for a Healing Wish early game, because you are going to need your Alomola for that Sneasler. That's the only thing you
Yeah,
really need it
but
for. So once it's dead, throw a Healing Wish out, bring back your Urshifu, your Raging Bolt, whatever. It's going to be a good time.
what if I do a predict him doing a sword stance, thinking, oh, it's an aloe, he's probably gonna die because like, or I can set up on it free and then kill with a psychic, like really early, maybe.
Well, I mean,
Could just
the Sneasler might not even be unburdened, it might just be choiced or something. Just go for CCs, because CC is pretty good into your team, right? The only resists are Torn and Hatterene, right? Which don't enjoy taking the poison moves. But it could be
yeah,
reasonable
not
just to be
really
choice
great.
banned. In that case, right, Alamola is going to take that on reasonably well. You get your Rocky Helmet chip, and you can just kind of flip turn into a set like that. No issue.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe if CC does too much damage to Aloe, that could be annoying. Let's double check. Sneasler Choice Band into Aloe. We're just max defense, so it could 2-hit KO you, right? Actually a good chance. But if it is banded, you see that, and then you immediately just go Quillfish, I think. You get your Rocky Helmet, you get your regen, and you get an Intimidate off. And this is also a max defensive highlight, so it's going to take a few close combats. You can get up a Spike. You know, he doesn't have great removal outside of Blastoise, which Blastoise has a
yeah,
hard time spinning versus these guys. Maybe versus Alomola it's fine, but you can flip turn a lot and make it hard for him to position that in. Maybe a set of spikes with Rocky Helmet. It should be enough for the Sneasler to put it in range of like Thunderclap, Aqua Jet. Plus it's going to be slower than Scarf Drill in that case if it's choice banded. So really, even then, you have
yeah.
options into it. It might just be a little bit harder to like switch around. You see?
Seems good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do some mocks today to test out the team.
Alright, sounds good.
But wait. All right, so see you later. Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna go over the game at the end of the video, after it's actually played, so yeah. Either you're gonna join me for that, or I'll just do it myself. Either way, it'll be good. We'll just edit it on towards the end right now. And we're back, and the game has been played. Alright, so what was benched here? We see the Ursaluna's benched and the Primarina. So these are like two Pokemon that can like trade 1v1 versus a lot of guys. So it's good not to see them.
Yeah.
But you do have to deal with this 6 in front of you, right? Which is basically the Psychic Terrain mode of the team. So
For sure, yeah.
you see this preview, what are we thinking here?
So obviously we got Sneasler. Like, if it's Psychic Seed, bro, it actually wrecks my team. Also, no Prim is pretty good because, like, I feel like a Calm Mindset could, like, be decent here if you like. But yeah, I think it's pretty fine right now looking at it.
Well,
because I'm not like.
Even if the Sneasler is Psychic Terrain, like Psychic Seed, our Aloe is max defense Psychic with Helmet. It should be able to put that thing in jail. So I'm not really too worried about like a Psychic Seed variant. CB is definitely scarier.
Yeah.
But that's why we have the Aloe plus the max defense Intimidate Quillfish. You know, between the two of them, it should be able to slow it down. Right, and then we see from the preview this Zarude is Terra Electric. Now, what does that tell us about
like,
the set?
I don't know, like, why? I guess Torn T?
Yeah, I think he was just scared of Torn, right? Maybe he thinks that just the Iron Crown is not enough as like a flying resist. There's no Prim, so there's no like quote-unquote special wall on this team. Like, you can see it kind of struggles to switch in to the Tornadus.
I mean, yeah, we did have like a nasty plot set in mind when we were team building. That could be good here. Honestly, it's not too bad.
Yeah, but
like no Quillfish, maybe.
Well, we decided to go with this 6, so like, but you know, he does have to prep for the Torn either way. So he has Terra Electric here, probably going to be bulky, probably going to be Terra Blast, right?
Yeah.
Terra Blast also hits the Alomomola, so maybe doesn't need like strong grass coverage. Maybe Knockoff plus Terra Blast is what I first expect when I see this set.
Yeah.
Right. And what does that tell us? He doesn't have like a strong move to hit Raging Bolt, which is nice.
Or the foreshadowing is crazy.
Yeah, I did actually watch this game live, but you know, we're gonna go over it right now. So we lead Quillfish. I think this is a good lead, right? It covers a lot of things, intimidates the Sneasler immediately. You can just get a spike up on this, very free, and DD comes in, but this doesn't really force you out. You can just go for a crunch or something. You go for a second spike. Right, so 2 spikes
I kind of thought, thought because he's gonna go Sneasler, and like, I guess you could get shit, but like, I don't know.
The second
I was
spike
gonna
is
just,
good. I like it.
Yeah.
Right,
but
now,
Blastoise could spin it away though, right?
I mean, yeah, but a crunch on this coming in is not that impactful. Alright, so close combat is 46%, which is like a low roll on Choice Banded. And then, unfortunately, the Poison Touch does activate. So otherwise, you would have been able to just flip turn here pretty safely, but now you have to take damage on your Quillfish, but that's okay, that's why it's here. And that only is 34%, so you can have the option of either getting your 3rd spike up or just attacking. I think attacking is better. Yeah, you do just attack.
Now it spins, so yeah.
But this is our entry point for Raging Bolt. Very nice, very nice.
And yeah, you get a kill here so easy.
Like, there's no ground type here. We can just go for T-Bolt, and yeah, it is going to knock out the Blastoise. So next time we get up spikes, they're here to stay. That's something you should keep in mind. Like, try to get that position if you can. Alright, now Raging Bolt versus Zarude. We did make this Raging Bolt booster energy for the explicit purpose of Calm Minding against Zarude like this. So we can just go for a Calm Mind here.
But I don't.
However, we go for a Draco and miss. Unlucky, but I don't think this really matters. As you're gonna see.
Let me give some context here. Alright, so Um, it was a week. He's like the guy I'm facing. He was like a lot of delays. Like I was kind of just tired with this matchup. I kind of didn't like, obviously for the content, but I wasn't really excited to play anymore. But also, yeah, I forgot to do this because obviously we did coach him, but I forgot. And then yeah, Zarude setting up is a bit scary, so I didn't calm mine until like the last turn, and I died, bro. Because like yeah,
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, so it's Moringa Berry. It has 2 bulk ups, but it's at 6%. So what does Moringa Berry tell us? Because this is all information we can use.
yeah.
So what does Moringa Berry tell us?
Like max special defense. I don't know.
Well, we can know that from the Draco calc, right? I don't think it's max SPDEF. But what it does tell you is it probably is going to have synthesis.
Yeah.
Because you don't run Moringa Berry with no recovery. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So now, what do you think is going to get clicked here? You're -2, it's +1 SPDEF now. It's going to be a synthesis. And we thunderclap. So, free recovery.
I wasn't thinking.
I know.
Thinking, really.
I know. But anyways, now what? We go... Another synthesis comes out as we T-bolt. What's the idea behind T-bolt here?
I don't know, right? Man. I was just clicking shit.
Yeah. So what can we do about this? Right, this is obviously scary. It's +2 Zarude with a Moringa Berry boost at 90% now. So what can we do about this?
I think I went Quill to Intim drop it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
As another
That's
bulk
some
up.
thought, bro.
Yeah.
And not really great.
I just bar barrage and of course
to get
bailed
poisoned.
out. Yep. W. Okay, now it reveals the entire coverage. So you see this now. What can we do with this information? Because now we know the whole set.
Yeah.
What
I
can
mean,
we do
I could
here?
just go back into bolt and like calm mind sweep, right?
Yeah.
Not sweep, but break.
You have like 3 options you can go to here. You can go to Raging Bolt and Calm Mind. You can go to Urshifu, Terra, and just Surging Strikes. You can also go into Ogrepon and just SD on this. Because it's Terra Blast, Trailblaze. Both of them are resisted by Ogrepon, and you are very bulky, right? You can go into Urshifu, the strongest move is Trailblaze after you Terra. And you can just Surging Strike, crit through these defense boosters. And then you can go to Raging Bolt and Calm Mind on this. It's only going to be hitting you with Trailblaze. Like, so probably Raging Bolt is the best way to go here. You want your Urshifu at full HP, you want your Ogrepon at full HP if you can help it. So yeah, we are just going to go into Raging Bolt here. And we can just click Calm Mind on this. We know the full set, it can't hurt us. But instead, we're going for Draco, we're dropping our special attack once more. I mean, we're getting some synths out of the way, but not really...
Yeah, I was trying to stall it also, like, get a crit, but what's the point?
We do get our regen here, which is nice. Now another Trailblaze, we see it's only doing 20%. We can totally Calm Mind on this. So like, I guess we got panicked because there's so many boosts. Like this is an Omni boosted Zarude right now. So like, I guess you're just fishing for a crit in your mind. But
yeah.
And then this Thunderclap is completely silly. Like, I'm pretty sure you can see that now.
Yeah.
Okay, but we are running him out of synthesis, thanks to that poison. So only 1 more left. But like, we really did not have to let this Raging Bolt die.
I could have gone Aloe and Wish and then just
and
Calm
now
Mind.
we Calm Mind.
Yeah, because I actually thought,
late.
I can actually just Calm Mind, and then
But at that point you're minus 1 million. So yeah, a little bit too late. He does use his last synthesis though, which is nice, right? You are going to be able to revenge this with, again, the same 2 Pokemon, right? But yeah, you basically give up Raging Bolt for free here. Now Urshifu comes
I don't know
in.
why I didn't Surge of Strikes here, bro.
Yeah.
I thought it was Terra. I thought it was still grass for some reason, because like Ash wasn't thinking really.
Yeah, I mean,
This, I was misplaying as like hell, bro. My bad,
for
actually.
sure, yeah. Not only that, you get the defense drop, so you can't even live the next one. So just Aqua Jet, put it in range of poison, but yeah, so we gave up 2 Pokemon that were really, really strong here, right?
Not very.
Yeah. But the good news is
You,
Drill still looks good, the Ogerpon still looks good, and the Aloe can kind of still, you know, get a few
yeah,
helmet hits on the Sneasler, stuff like that. Right, so now, what, we go Aloe. I thought this was a little bit weird as well, but I guess it worked out, right, because Sneasler came in. I thought Drill here was probably going to be the move, because what's he going to
yeah,
do here? Is he going to go Indeedee to set up terrain? Drill's like your best thing into that. Or you can go
yeah.
Ogerpon, right? But here,
I was kind of
Alomomola.
guessing like Sneasel would come in just like because I'm not always going to be choice scarf drill to them. They didn't. I think they said I didn't think it would be scarf, but
Mm-hmm. But anyways, so
yeah,
Aloe comes in. I guess you read the Sneasler correctly. Now here, he can't really stay in. And if he does stay in, you can just flip turn. He gets -1 from close combat, does a lot, and then Drill comes in and Earthquakes for a free KO. And you don't even take any damage on your Drill. So there's that.
yeah,
But here we go for a Psychic as he switches out. Like, he has no reason to stay in here.
fair enough.
Could have been just a free flip turn there. But here Aloe takes a big hit. Not gonna end up mattering too much, right? You regen most of that off.
Yeah.
Now an X Scissor. X Scissor is a little crazy, right? If it doesn't
I
kill,
w-
just Earthquake. There's no resist. Because now what you do with that X Scissor, you give him a free Sneasler turn. If you just locked into EQ, it would have done almost the same amount of damage. It's base 150 versus base 160. It's not a big difference. But he wouldn't be allowed to go Sneasler here, because he would just die. But now he can go Sneasler and pick up a KO. So, yeah. Definitely should have just Earthquake there. Right, so we sack the Aloe, no other play.
yeah, and then somehow like we see somehow. Wait, does it get 4 kills? Drill gets 4
It
kills.
gets 4
Oh no,
kills,
really?
yeah. So
Yeah,
Deoxys comes in here,
that's
expanding forces
wild.
for 49. It's Life Orb. Earthquake does a lot, puts
Yeah,
it in Life Orb range. And now we stay in to take the next one. I think we definitely could have sacked Ogerpon here, 100%.
yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
For the Life Orb hit. But instead we take the Psycho Boost, which is stronger than Expanding Force, but he gets absolute min rolled. We live on 2, and Earthquake sweeps the game. I can't believe it, man. That crit
This
did
is the
not matter.
most game
That
of
crit
all
did not
time,
matter.
bro. Nah, I beg next week I actually play better and get a solid win, bro. Because what is this game?
Yeah. The reason the crit didn't matter, though, by the way, if you're wondering, even if it doesn't kill, our Ogerpon has Trailblaze,
Yeah,
finishes it off with that and kills the Sneasler after. But, man, what a game. That was crazy, right? So, a lot of mistakes, honestly. A lot of mistakes. But the build was good enough to carry through here. Like, Drill in the end game just barely managed to squeak it out. Now, I'm just going to show this calc real quick. So, to do Expanding Force in terrain versus our Excadrill, it had to be around this special attack, around 120, maybe like 130. Somewhere around there, maybe 132, we'll call it that. So, max roll on the Expanding Force into min roll on the Psycho Boost. It had to be about this investment. If he was max, we absolutely died a Psycho Boost, but we did have the Ogerpon sack in the back. So maybe if it did a little bit more damage, we would have been more inclined to sack for Life Orb, make the correct play. But yeah. Crazy, right? Absolutely a crazy game. Like, obviously, the beginning was honestly not bad. A little bit unlucky with this poison on Aloe, right? It's only a 30% chance. But, you know, it's a Sneasler, you kind of expect that to some degree. You do get the helmet chip at least, and then Quillfish comes right back in.
Also, this is choice banded, right?
It is, yeah, you know it's choice banded.
Because like that makes Aloe worse though, doesn't it?
It does.
But yeah.
I
I
mean,
wanted to go Ogapon, but I was just scared, like, it'll die in one, you
it
know?
will, yeah.
No, but like, if Sneasel comes in randomly, you know?
Let's see, our set was like 216 HP or something like that. Very bulky. Sneasler, Choice Band. Like, CC does just drop us. You
Yeah.
see, we can always calc if we're not sure, right? The tool is there.
I
We
wasn't,
can use
yeah, I
it.
wasn't calking, bro. I just
You
wanted the
totally
game to
can.
be over, bro.
Yeah.
Because my mum was in the like living room telling me to like to go do my homework, so I was just rushing the game at the end as well.
Oh, that's rough.
But yeah,
Anyways, this here is fine. Get your KO. But here we just need to Calm Mind. Like, we just really need to Calm Mind. This game becomes so easy if we just Calm Mind here.
yeah.
You know, like, one Calm Mind, Draco kills something immediately. Probably gonna be this. If not, he's gonna go Crown, and we literally Calm Mind on that too, right?
Yeah.
Like, Calm Mind here, low-key, we might just win the game. Like, it might
It's
just
not looking
sweep.
good.
It might just sweep. And if it doesn't, it's gonna do way too much damage for them to recover off. But instead we do this, like, really silly thing with Zarude. I don't think you need to hear from me again why this is, like,
Yeah.
totally insane.
Yeah, don't do this. Don't do this, kids.
Kids at
like...
home. And also Searching Strike here, for the love of God. Oh my god. It's been an electric type for how many turns now? Like, man.
Oh, because what? Because it's electric type. I was like, oh, it doesn't kill surely, and I forgot that it crits, bro, as well.
Yeah, that's the signature thing. It's the whole point of the
Yeah,
move.
I wasn't.
Yeah. Anyways, gives up 2 big pieces for free, but still manages to pull it back with the drill. Like, this is crazy. Also, Earthquake here, no resist. Maybe if Ndidi was like, let's see, what is this looking
Well, that's
like?
good.
Ndidi versus Excadrill. And we are
I kind of wanted to
Choice
show the
Scarf
tag because
Adamant.
I knew I'll win. Nah, there's no point.
Okay, so I can kind of understand this, right? If he's max HP, X-Lizard kills, while Earthquake is like a pretty low roll to kill. I guess it's still 50% versus 87%. I get it, like going for the KO here. But also Earthquake could have been a lot better. Actually, no, he took a flip turn. If he's just max HP, Earthquake kills. And if he's max defense, then neither of them kill. So Earthquake was correct for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Aloe gets sacked basically for free. You gave up 3 Pokemon for free when you didn't have to here. 3 Pokemon. Yet still, Drill's able to pull it out. And then here, obviously, you're risking a massive roll with Psycho Boost, which you didn't have to take. Like, the Ogerpon sack was there for the Life Orb. But, yeah. Insane game. How did we win this one? Such as Mons sometimes.
Yeah, low-key a crazy game, but just a lot of things kind of made this game like annoying, or like I just forgot to do stuff, you know?
Yeah, for reference, for people at home, yeah, we did build this like over a week ago. Was it like 2 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah.
So like, it's pretty easy to forget sometimes the game plans that we plan, but also, you know, we got to use the tools that are there. Even if like we don't remember the game plan, we should see here. We have no item. It's gonna be a bulky Zarude. It can't hurt us. We can just Calm Mind. It's so free. Like, we should just see the tools available and use them. You know what I mean?
This is good learning experience, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's just like, just to look what I have and not like think so crazy, you know?
Yeah. Like, slow down a little bit, right? You say you kind of panicked when the bulk up started happening. Take a second, collect yourself. Say, what can I actually do about this?
Because I was thinking like a Power Whip and knockoff looks very scary, though.
Yeah, but it does reveal it eventually, right? Like, on this turn, we see the Terra Blast and then we see the Trailblaze. So at this point, you have full information. You can calc the Draco damage, you can find out its spread. You can calc the Terra Blast damage, see if it has any attack. And you know all 4 moves. You have all the tools here. You have Raging Bull at 93, you have Urshifu at full, Ogerpon at full. Any of these would have been fine, I think. Maybe Ogerpon the least fine out of them. But certainly one of these two would have been perfectly fine in this position. But you just need to recognize, right, you can Calm Mind into this. There's nothing stopping you, so just take it. Take what's given.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for me. Do you have any questions about this before we sign off?
Not really anything, yeah.
Alright, I guess that's going to be the video. Of course, if you watching at home, you want coaching, join my Discord, link down below. There's a sign up list. Yeah. That's going to be all. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.